Hi, Greg Glenn here, DAS Doctor and CTO at Pulse Signal Solutions. Hey, today we're going to talk a little bit more about BDAs and specifically uplink gain. One of the things that I've heard over the last probably month or so now is that higher uplink gain is necessary if donor sites are farther away. Well, it's simply not the fact. I mean, the FCC is pretty much capped, well, they have, under FCC Rule Section 9219, you can only run 5 watts ERP. So if you're only running 5 watts ERP, well, then you need to just run the necessary amount of gain to get to 5 watts. You don't want to drive the AGC hard on the amplifier. It's a cardinal no-no. And while we won't talk about the reasons for not doing that in this video, we will talk about how to calculate how much uplink gain is necessary, and you should be able to get there within a couple 3 dB, within your first shot. So we'll break out, we're going to break this down. I'm going to break out a few slides, a couple block diagrams. We're going to do a little math, and we'll see what happens here. See if we can get the information out to the group here and help you do better BDA installs and keep those HJs, those licensees, from pushing back because you're making noise. Okay, the first slide we have here is a basic, simple, passive DAS system. We have a BDA fed by a donor antenna. Out of the BDA, 25 dBm of composite power or channel power, doesn't really matter either way. We're feeding 6 splitters or couplers and 7 antennas. Each one of the antennas has approximately a 5 dBm output power. And on any good DAS installation, all of the antennas should be within a couple dB of each other. If they're not, you're causing problems with your uplink because your portable is not able to adjust its power. So remember, you've got to design for the portable's uplink. So what we have here is 25 dBm of output power and 5 dBm at each antenna. Therefore, we have a loss in the cable and passive systems of about 20 dB. So here we have the uplink depiction of the little system that we built. And we have 20 dB of passive loss in our passives. That would include the couplers, antenna lines, and antennas. The portable is assumed to be operating at about 35 dBm. And we also made the assumption that the portable will typically get within 10 foot of an antenna. So that's where our calculation needs to be made. Portable running 35 dBm, 10 foot away from an antenna, means he drives the antenna at -7, drives the input to the BDA at -27 due to passive losses, needs 57 dB of gain to get to full power in this particular situation where the BDA is 30 dBm. And the donor antenna gain system would have to be under 7 dB total in order for this to be a legal installation and maintain the ERP as specified in section 90.219. So that's the pretty simple way to do this. This BDA in this situation should be set for 57 dB of gain. No more, no less. No channel chasing, no power chasing, none of the other things that cause noise problems. Just simply 57 dB of gain. As the portable moves away from one antenna and closer to another, the signal will change. Service antenna spacing will be determined by the link budget for the donor uplink, not by the downlink. If you do it by downlink, you're going to end up with too few of antennas in your installation. Okay, so now let's talk about a little bit more about our system that we've put together here. We're going to run about 57 dB of gain. That will give us full output power, full legal output power out of our system when a portable comes within the normal near field of service antenna inside the building. Now remember, AGC is there to protect the amplifier from getting slammed by something that is unexpected. So if the portable is going to walk within, say, 10 foot of the antenna, 42 dB of the antenna, that's where you should set your gain level. You set your gain so that pushes your amplifier to, but maximum output power minus, say, a couple dB. You can run it right on AGC. We're going to talk a little bit about the way amplifiers are rated and why it's kind of important not to run up on AGC. But for this discussion, we're going to run 57 dB of gain. And we talked about the antenna gain being 7 dB, and let's just assume this is really just a rotten amplifier and it's got a 9 dB noise figure. Okay, that means that this amplifier, in the way that it's installed, is going to create a 73 dB noise rise. And if we talk about a 73 dB noise rise, that means that we're going to have to get away from the face of that antenna approximately 680 feet before we're going to be back down at the theoretical thermal noise level. Again, 680 feet, and again, that's in free space. When we talk about plane earth loss, we may not have quite as much loss as we do in free space if, say the antenna's on the top of a building. But one can assume that what we've done here is designed a system that can adequately operate within a quarter mile of the donor site. Bottom line is that uplink gain should 100% be determined on the passives in your system. Anyway, if you have any questions and if you enjoyed this video or you hated this video, let me know. I'm always interested, and we'll be making a few more on a few other subjects. Also, if you have anything that you'd like to talk about, leave it down in the notes, and we'll try to address any other issues that you might have when it comes to the installation of BDAs.